How's it going? This is JT at Rubber City Motoring. Actually, doing something on the Corvette today. And if you haven't followed along or know about my Corvette, I have a 1999 Corvette. It's the fixed roof coupe, or the hardtop as they called it back then. Brief history: it was the first hardtop since 1967. Kind of optioned down a little bit. I mean, it has things like manual climate control, but then somebody opted for the 12 disc changer and the Bose sound and active handling. So it's not complete bare bones, but back then, from what I can gather, I have here my 1999 Corvette Specialist data book. Basically, this would be like something if you're a dealer or something like that. All sorts of specs and comparisons, and there's even like an article in here, from a magazine they threw in. It basically goes through stuff that's going to be in the sales brochure, but I find it interesting things that were optional on the hardtop versus standard on the normal one, the convertible, the fastback, whatever you want to call it. Now, a couple of them are interesting, like lighting, the cargo and vanity mirrors. Those were optional on the hardtop. Mine have it. Another one that was optional is the six-way power driver seat. So that's standard on the coupe and convertible, but optional on the hardtop. Mine has that. Another one, the Bose, like I said, that was an optional upgrade. And, this is back in the time when somebody ordered this stuff and it came through. It wasn't like somebody ticked the boxes for this thing, as far as I can tell. Another one here, like the under hood lamp was an option. I think that was like a lighting package for the car. So there were certain things that just they weren't offered on this car. And now in 1999, a good one is the magnesium wheels. You couldn't get that. You couldn't even get it on the hardtop, but you could get it on all the others as an optional extra. I mean, there's some interesting things on here, and some of them were optional on everything. Active handling was optional on everything. So it's an interesting car, and there's certain things you can upgrade to if you figure it out and you make your way through it. But what they did do, from what I can gather, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, 1997 to like 2000, 2001, when they had that little refresh going on with different things changed. Like, it seems like there was like a mid-cycle refresh on the C5. But my Corvette, we're talking rear view mirrors today, of all things, the most exciting thing ever. It very similar to basically the Corvette here is the similar mirror I had on my Camaro, just very basic on and off. And then what's cool about this one, though, and I didn't realize this for a while, it has the little, right here, this little spot, it's like a little amber bulb that shines down. It bathes the interior in a light, like the shifter in that center stack. So yeah, and what's cool is it just plugs right in, and I took it off. I think it's a T20 Torx bit. It just bolts right on. Now, like I said, in the mid-year refresh, they came out with a nicer mirror. Now, this is completely useless for performance, completely useless for anything, but it is, I think, a pretty nice little safety and comfort feature that you could upgrade to. So what I did was, I was looking for some type of mirror to upgrade, and I found that the later Corvettes had a little bit nicer of a mirror. It's got little rubber buttons on here. It's even got the we'll call it the Twilight Sentinel, or whatever you want to call it, that where it's like the basically it dims itself onto there. And then on the bottom, it does have some fancier looking lights. We'll kind of show you this two side by side, more LED style, and they are like a different color to them than this would be. And then in the center, we do have, again, the little amber light that's always on when the headlights are on. Now, there's one issue with doing this on the early Corvettes. It slides right on. The ends are pretty much interchangeable, the way, as much as I can gather. If you're knowing this, though, and you've done this before, you haven't done this before, you might notice the plug here is a 4-prong, and up top here we have a 7-prong, I believe. So it takes some wiring to get this to happen. And I started looking into the connector to make this work and reading the reviews online and the forums, people saying it's not that tough of a wiring mess. You just have to get power to this thing in all the right ways. The other thing too I thought was interesting, there's a little light sensor, something on the back there, which is kind of cool. But anyways, I reached out to a company, Bob's Automotive Mirrors. Great name. He's definitely not a sponsored build or anything like that. I just bought this from him. And here is what I got from him. This is a adapter. And what it does, it allows me to take this end, plug it into my factory wiring, and then this end fits the mirror. So I'm pretty excited about this, to get this on there. If you get these two parts, this is just a GM part. This isn't anything crazy. I found the part number, which I can put below. I don't even know where the box went. I have the box here. Oh, here we go. Let me show you this here. Just a GM part. And it's not like you can buy these used if you want to. I mean, people have them. I mean, I've even heard of dudes taking like HomeLink mirrors and you know, mirrors with compasses in them and putting them in their Corvette. So it's not like it's that crazy. You just have to figure out the wiring and what needs power and what doesn't and all that. You don't want to drain your battery with the compass on all the time. So I'm gonna go in the car and show you how this works. It's very simple, plug and play, and then we'll go from there. Just so you have a little frame of reference, this is the original here. You can see the new GoPro Hero 10. First video with it too, by the way, so let me know what you think, how it looks. Anyways, reading lamps, and then you flip it on. Oh, okay, all right. And then when I do hit the headlights on, this little guy lights up there. Now my doors are open, so it's being a little weird. Let me close that. And that's it. That's the standard. And then basically you unclip it. I think it should just come out of there. I just stuck this right back up there. Just a little 4-prong thing there. And then, like I said, it was just that torque screw onto there. It's nothing fancy, just a standard mirror by Donnelly. Nothing crazy. But, yeah. So now the new one. And, fixed roof coupe, of course, in this year only, no heads-up display, the manual climate control, which always throws people. And believe it or not, from what I'm gathering, as simple as this one is, tougher to find parts for compared to the dual zone whatever. And I even have the dual zone and automatic climate control sensor housing here. That came on, but there's nothing inside there. So our adapter here, it just plugs right into here. I don't know if I can do this one hand or not. Pretty simple though. If I can plug it in there. Like that. And you do have some extra wiring now, obviously, so I might have to zip tie that up or something. But then we just catch the factory one on the new factory one up there. This one has more of a spring-loaded clip, so when you fit it on here, it's a little tougher, but there's no screw or anything to mess with now. And you always have to be careful doing this because I've ruined windshields putting the mirror on incorrectly. Okay, so it's dirty. I don't have my wire tucked yet, but you get the idea here. So I have little sensors here and then the one on the back. That's pretty much working to... It does the automatic dimming at night, which it should. But let's see if I hit my map light here. There you go. There's my other one right here. Okay. Little cleaner setup, little nicer button to push if you care about that sort of thing. And then let's see if I hit my key here. And there's our little amber light after I put the headlights on. That's shining down on the center stack here.
So I found I had to turn off the lights in my garage because it's using one of the sensors to think it was daylight out here. So basically it seems like when the key is on, nothing happens, but you have to have the headlights on, and then that little green indicator light comes on there. See, so headlights off, on. And on the, see now right now I have the interior lights are on. Like watch, see I turn the little knob. Footwell lights, map lights, and my trunk lights I assume would be on too. And it doesn't really matter. That one right there in the middle stays on when your headlights are on here. Let me turn this light off. Sorry, I'm really shaky here today, but it's kind of trying to manage about 10 different lights here. Okay, so now we got a good, there's the green, and there's our little amber one, which I know this isn't groundbreaking for you guys with the new ones on your car already, but this is different for the early C5 guys. So that's it, it's in, and I'm just gonna tuck some wires. I think I can just shove them all up inside the headliner there, and we should be good to go. But turn the headlights off, it kills both my things there, and then I still have fun little map lights with touch button there, little rubber buttons in it, and that kind of matches actually the door panels a little better if you're worried about that sort of thing. But there you go. So there you have it. A little upgrade, depending on the price too. I mean, I got this mirror, I think it was about $65, and it was new. You're gonna be tough to find one new in that range. I was looking for a few months there. They're out there. I mean, if you don't care though, and it's a nice shape one, you can always go find a used one too, or you can find you know, a number of different mirrors that are, you know, very comparable to this. I mean, it depends if the map lights are what you want, or the dimming feature. It just depends, but pretty clever product. And then I will link Bob's below. I just found it by chance. I was just trying to find some form of connector. That connector, believe it or not, that 7-pin on the new mirror, I found it anywhere from $35 to $50 online just for the connector. So it was kind of a joke, and the adapter from Bob's was like $30. So out the door, I've upgraded my mirror for under $100. I want to drive it at night and see how good it is, because I think it's a pretty neat feature. I love the dimming mirrors like I have them on my other cars, and they're very nice. So, but that's what I got. Thanks for watching. More to come on the Corvette. Got a few other videos in the works here, and I will not be doing it via flashlight like this one. So we'll see you next time, and thanks for watching. But subscribe for more if you like this car, the Trailblazer, the HHR, or hit that like button if this is something that you thought was a good idea. And finally, comment below if you've done this. What have you upgraded to? I'm so curious what everybody else does, because this is like, it opened up a new world to me of like switching your mirrors out for something else if it's, you know, a feature that's on there that's any good. So, all right, thanks again. See you later.